Welcome to D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. Join us in our campaign and shenanigans as we explore the subterranean labyrinths, plunder hordes of treasure, battle legendary monsters. This podcast will be following our gaming group and the adventures of these characters, as well as a few guests from time to time. Join us as we start a new campaign and our journey to experience the best, and maybe the worst, in the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons.
Hi, this is Kellie, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, assigned to Ragnarok Story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and rpgpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Right.
Apparently that's my word for getting into this accent. I don't remember where we were, what we were doing precisely.
Well, I do remember that we pretty much overthrew the guy who was usurping Goldberry.
Right, we planted the letters.
And we made sure that the Chancellor would inherit, so to speak. And then there was something about the mine.
Right.
We need to go check out the mine because there's a reason why they're blocking it off from everybody.
Right.
I mean,
Mine.
this DM of ours
Do
keeps
you
telling
want that
us again
last?
and again about this mine, and we haven't gone there.
Good red vines, thank you.
Really good red vines. And they come in the just right size package.
That's good.
Because, you know, when you get the bucket, everyone eats way too much red vines.
I don't know yet. I just opened up Facebook and you're not coming up on my feed. So I think I need to go to which one?
Creative Playing Podcast?
Sounded good when you say it used them like that. Or just give me a second and I'll share it real quick. Because I haven't done that yet.
Yeah. Are we ready?
I'm ready. You ready?
Ready? I'm ready.
Sure.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's do it!
I have my dice. I'm good.
That's life.
3,
That is the sound of life.
2,
Yes.
1. And we are live on the Facebook.
Hello!
I'm young. Say hello.
Hello!
As we all get really quiet all of a sudden.
Right, no. I was waiting. I don't know what accent I'm doing. I was waiting for you.
Eggsy. Remember Eggsy.
Right, I was just waiting if we were going to do a kind of, I don't know, introduction or something. Or if you were going to, want us to, right?
Welcome back to the adventures of Circus Chimera.
Da, da,
Yay.
da!
Our social revolutionaries come many years early.
Voila.
Yes, we're going to take down the aristocrats, crush them. We're gonna
Except
start
the ones you like.
castle.
Because you found one that you like.
Yeah,
The
I mean,
Blain
he's
was
like
most generous.
vastly in the minority. Most of the aristocrats could just gonna.
So, by the way, Evie, you should be able to see it on the Facebook now.
All right, are we introducing ourselves?
Yes, we should go around and introduce ourselves.
All right.
Who would like to go first?
I am Kellie. I will be playing the half-elf rogue, high-wire, daredevil, the Mistral, Mademoiselle Dangerous.
Ooh. The roguest with the mostest.
Yes.
In case you've forgotten what my voice sounds like, I'm Cody. I'll be playing Blain, the half-orc cleric.
Who's chaotic good?
Yes.
That's good. It means you'll heal us periodically.
As long as
I will not
I am
randomly
chaotic
just fun
neutral.
dog.
I will kill you with a blade.
Oh.
I will fuse that hole with my knife. My dagger.
What? You can't don't hurt anymore.
So, right. I'm Jocelyne, and I play Rodella, the Radiant, or Ray for short, our half-elf bard entertainer, and because I played with these people a few times, I am also chaotic neutral because chaotic good is just too darn good!
No, you mean
sometimes.
lawful good is too good.
Oh my gosh! Lawful good was the worst choice I ever made! It was so
Chaotic good is just bad.
They
We
had
get
to,
a
like-
lot of fun sometimes.
They had to get my character to leave the room so they could kill people. It was very bad. It's bad scene.
Just, I'm not seeing this.
No,
Is
they
anyone
were all
has a
like
count? Just
neutral. Oh, neutral. Alright, anyway. So, right. And we've got
I'm
Evie.
Evie. I am Violate, the half-orc, half-barbarian strong woman / bearded woman. I wear a pretty pink dress with lace, and I am chaotic good.
Okay.
Because, sometimes it's good to be good, but it's better to be chaotic.
Oh, yes.
Oh, well, we're entertainers. We're all about the chaos.
Chaos in all things.
Yeah.
So, solid.
So where we left off, you guys had that great performance that night with the lights and the shadow play.
Distractification.
And the rogue was able to slink off and sneak and plant some papers that was making sure that
We
when
can't prove anything.
that if anything were to happen to the noble lord who controls this area, that the property would not go to the sheriff who is anticipating it and his goon squad, but yet to the stewards, who you all know and have had many years of experience with. He's a kind-hearted.
We know him to be a good man.
Yes.
He's a good guy.
Good.
He's worthy of it.
Yeah.
Especially if he marries that hot bard.
He understands noblesse oblige.
Well, I mean, I just want him to understand that the power comes from the people, and he's a servant to the people. But that's the social contract he's agreeing to. That's what I
The
want.
power to the people,
Yes.
Other people.
Right.
to the little people.
And education to the people.
Education.
Yes. Yes.
I
Red
sadly
for
not.
Ed.
I don't own any red shirts.
Oh my gosh.
Red for Ed.
Hashtag
that's
Red
right.
for Ed.
Yes,
I'm
support
doing it with my
teachers.
hair and
Oh,
my
wait.
and my fury.
I can take care of that. Hold on.
Oh, wait.
Alright, you gotta let me out. All right.
But I miss you.
Oh, just stop it right back. Goodness. So silly.
I mean, it's me. But are we expecting anything else?
No. Oh my gosh.
So honestly, is this Red for Ed thing a Tucson thing?
Yes, our schools are striking right now. The teachers
Mm-hmm.
are striking for
Better wages.
an actual living wage.
They're currently making less than they were 10 years ago. If that's any indication of what that you might need.
And the schools expect them to pay for all their own school supplies
Pretty much.
every year.
We teachers get like 300 copies a year,
Mhm.
Yeah,
but
they're
8
only-
classes of
And
35 students.
And like a ream of paper.
Yeah,
A
so
year they get? That's
and they work full time, yet then they're supposed to go home and do all the grading and stuff offsite, practice.
Extracurriculars.
and have time to
Oh.
have a second job.
Yeah.
Right, because they need a second job just to be able to like feed themselves.
Mhm.
It's good.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. So even though they're striking right now and the kids are out of school and I've actually seen packs of children roaming the streets.
I have seen a lot more children loose during the days lately.
Yes.
And it's not ridiculously hot summertime yet,
Yeah.
so
Not
they're
yet.
enjoying the
And parents
livable-
can't truly complain that they're not having their government paid childcare.
So anyway,
But we digress.
we digress.
Yes, Red for Ed. Hashtag Red for Ed.
I've seen the Red for Ed on a lot of people's posts.
That's
Mhm.
why you're seeing it. Because
It's supporting teachers
Solidarity.
having a living wage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and
Since they get paid less than daycare.
Yeah.
To treat the teachers like they're decent human beings. So
Mhm.
yeah, like
let's go.
and invest in education in a sensible fashion.
Mhm.
What?
The future of our nation? Who cares?
What? Let's go back to talking about killing aristocrats.
And the
Wow, how we
Wow.
how we move on to that.
Well,
about philosophy, but I definitely could connect some dots.
We don't talk about that P word here.
Alright.
It is causing me some personal trauma at the moment.
We will not discuss the P word.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So where last you guys left off, you had a really adventurous first night for the circus with the show, and everyone had a good time. Folks peeled off separately to go crash with the various groups. Our half orc went off with her gentleman suitors.
New.
Plurals, many young men.
They're small.
The bard went off to have a bardish duet.
Yes.
Oh, that's a nice way of putting it.
Yes, we did have a duet.
Battle of the tongues.
The orc spent many late nights reading people's futures in the castle. He even had a private reading with his lordship that really did touch him.
It told us nothing more than we already know.
Well, it may have revealed some things that he was not wanting to see.
I filched some stuff.
And the rogue was busy wandering the hallways.
Documents.
Right. No one saw anything.
And the Meister, our dear gnome, went to go sleep under the cart alone.
Seemed like a bad plan.
You know, in those horror movies, whoever goes off alone. So as the beautiful first rays of dawn come up, and you know the roosters are crowing, camera montage bounces from different locations of where's the cleric waking up right now.
I'm in a room.
You're not the cleric in this game.
That's right. Sorry, I'm used to playing a cleric. I'm like playing a cleric in like 4 different games. Okay.
In half of her RPG, she's the healer.
Well,
And focusing on this cleric.
yeah.
Okay.
Mwah.
Summon the ancient half orc of knowledge.
Here, wait. Let's generate the BO.
Okay.
That's not necessary.
Yeah.
What, you don't want smell-o-vision?
No, I'm glad I'm here.
I...
Custom the orc.
Dog.
I actually spent the latter parts of the night praying in an alcove.
As you do.
Yes, as I'm wont to do. So as I get up and I stretch my frickin' legs, and I'm screaming, "Help! I'm stiff!"
What does that problem in the morning?
Of course, if you do shout out help, there's helpers and
I know. I just needed help standing because I didn't bring my staff.
Okay, and you know, obviously the house staff will help you.
Yes. So I'm standing now.
You're gonna
Okay.
knock both.
Yeah. Making my
You
way.
realize that the dawn is coming through the windows.
Yes.
And of course, you're being hushed off to the kitchen to go eat. Since,
Yes,
you know,
that's where I'm going because an orc, I've got an orc-sized hunger.
well, that and you're venerable priests, so you know they want to keep you in good graces.
Yeah.
Maybe have you do a blessing over the
Them
breakfast.
smited.
Yeah, you better bless those eggs. Get with it.
Okay, so our rogue, when you slinked off into the darkness, where did you end up crashing?
I eventually wound up crashing in the quarters that they provided for us.
Oh, okay.
Because of course I had it set to, let me know if anybody entered.
Because you left the hair on the door.
Yes.
So you can see if someone messed with your stuff
Yes.
while you're messing with everyone else's stuff.
Oui.
It's classic.
There's a reason why we look for these things, huh?
Yes.
Mhm.
It's true.
Evie, are you okay? It looks like the house is on fire with the smoke plume in front of you. Your ashtray is near the camera, so there's this massive cloud of smoke.
Yes,
It's
how I like to
misty.
live my life.
Okay,
So our dear orc waking up with her gentleman suitors in the barn again, I take it?
well, we had to have another cask of ale.
or
It
five.
had to happen.
Obviously.
One does.
Obviously. It's
You
a
need
necessity.
breakfast ale. Come on.
And
It's
I
legit.
think the rogue and Mam'selle Dangerous and Reddy also were in town yesterday and found out a bunch of different stuff about different people.
That's true. We did
Mhm.
find out some things.
There was lots of pillow talk happening.
I don't
That
remember
too.
any of it.
Well, we found out what the guards were planning and that they.
What? We are turning that volume down.
Yeah.
Because also we have Facebook Inception.
Oh my god.
We have people dropping some comments, so I had to say hello.
Do you want me to moderate?
Oh, there's June. Hi, June.
June!
See, I saw June's name, so I had to jump on the phone real quick.
June, we love you, June.
Hi, June. You're a little over a month early.
I
I had to. I'm sorry.
I mean...
It was a good joke. You gotta give him props for that.
Yes.
So you're preparing to head back to the rest of the group?
Yeah, I'm heading back up. I'm kind of doing the walk of shame.
Well, there's no shame. You know, these are good hardy mountain folk.
Yeah.
I mean, the boys have to go get to their work because it is first light. I
They're
mean,
also sturdy.
They're young. They recover
quickly.
quickly.
On the button, I head out to the castle.
Nothing like a good butt slap to
Hey, man.
get you going.
I head back up to the castle,
Okay.
and that's where I'm at right now.
Okay. So in the meantime, our dear Bardoff,
Yes,
we have Bard on Bard action.
we do. And it was good.
Yes.
It was good.
So
Yes.
any particular pillow talk that you're going to ask the Bard about?
I mean, did we have pillow talk before?
I think it went
Maybe
straight
close
to from
reads.
instrument playing to instrument playing.
Oh.
I hope you had multiple crescendos.
There was a lot. There was a lot. That's the nice thing. There's a lot of crescendos. I don't remember.
Maybe it was just that good of a time that it was all just small talk. If any talk did happen.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't small. It was
large. Pillow screens.
Very
vocal. It was in depth.
deep, impactful.
Super impactful. We discussed some vocal technique. Compared
Timing.
Compared
options.
instrument,
Rhythm.
styles.
Yep.
Little bardic knowledge.
Looked at our finger technique.
Gave each other bardic inspiration for an extra d6.
That's definitely happens. Do you know I always end up playing the sluts in this game?
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm just saying. It's like I'm typecast.
Teach me.
Teach you.
Well, what was the inspiration you picked?
Yes.
Something
Yes.
for a pretty
Something
face.
Oh,
pretty big.
it doesn't stop at the face.
Yeah, no, I'm a hopeless romantic, always searching for the special someone of the moment.
And it's funny because I wrote this bard character into this storyline before I even knew about that.
Yes, and my flaw is I'm a sucker for a pretty face. So, I mean, I may have garnered some inspiration.
I do believe you had some, didn't you?
Nope, that is
No.
erased.
Oh.
So, I'll probably ask her about, now that it's morning and we're canoodling, you know, like where she's from, where she's played.
She's pretty much been from all around. You know, she doesn't like to say she's just like from one place because she's pretty much a child of the world.
Hope she's
And
taking shots.
the last big place that she played was the
Moldy cheese.
City of Light. It was the last place she spent a lot of time.
Right. So, were you there for the big festival that happened?
Last year.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately that was right before she got there.
Right. Did you hear about it? How was it?
Pretty much the only thing she heard was that for all performers, that's when you need to be in the City of Light, is at the big celebration of lights.
Huh.
And she's kind of planning on making her way there.
Oh.
Well, I mean, we might be heading that way ourselves, but you know, I think it's good to be wary. Travel with caution in the City of Lights, especially during the festival time. I've heard some things.
And she'll definitely push forward for the, well, what kind of things did you hear? I mean, this, you know, by all means, share what you know.
Do I get a hinky feeling about her?
Give me an insight roll.
Oh, Princeling.
Hi. Insight.
The boy is here.
How about perception? No.
More insights.
15?
You see, now that, you know, you've talked about the City of Light being dangerous, she's very interested in your opinion of the City of Light. You're definitely picking up. She's curious one to know about what you know. What's got your interest,
All
or
right.
what you're worried about.
Right. So the thing is that performers don't always make it home from the festival.
Well, what do you mean?
I mean, they disappear in a permanent fashion.
Do you know of anyone who's vanished in the City of Light?
I do.
And she's genuinely concerned.
The rest of our circus.
And then she, of course, you see she's kind of like fighting for what the name of the circus was that you used to be called.
Right. The Bramble Bards. Bramble
Yes,
Bard.
Bramble Bard.
Yep.
Bramble Bard Circus.
Good for you. That was
Got
like
it.
Chimera.
Yeah.
Wait a
I
second.
remember our blonde name.
Yes,
It's been
Bramble
a
Bard.
long
No, Bramble Bards was it.
That is correct.
Oh.
Out of character, I will say yes. That is right.
I have it written down.
Back in character, she. You can tell she's taking a mental note of that.
Yeah. So, Baron Johann Karza says hello. And he's enjoying our cat in a bow tie.
Now it's a party.
It is indeed a party. We have cake to go with the rest of our game.
Well, no party is complete without cake.
No, that's true. That's true. So, right. So, the rest of our circus disappeared and never came home from that. And it's not really as if they would, not come back. Did we get that messenger? Did a messenger
You did
come?
get the messenger,
Right.
yeah. It was, remember,
One made it out.
the cleric's mentor.
Yeah, it's just been.
That was never the same. He was damaged from
It's been a while.
whatever happened. Damaged him.
It has been much the while.
So, I'll share about, that we got a messenger back, that he warned us, that it's really like, probably a bad idea to go by yourself.
Dangerous, go alone. Take this.
And maybe a bad idea to go. But we're going. For vengeance.
And do you tell her that?
No.
Okay.
No, I do not.
No big reveal yet.
I don't know her that well.
Yes. You only
And I
know her
did-
2 nights well.
I didn't roll that high where I feel like I can trust her implicitly.
But you just know she is super intent in taking note of everything you're saying.
Right, so be careful.
I definitely will.
Don't trust really anyone there. Probably bad plan.
And of course she puts the hand gently on you, except for you and your troop.
I mean, I think you'll be safe with us, most likely, unless there's a plot of vengeance to take us out because we know too much. So there's that.
What do you mean, know too much? I mean, nervous laughter.
Well,
She's a sucker for a pretty face. She said too much.
right.
She's playing you like a fiddle.
Oh, and you're in tune.
Oh, I am. Right. So if, for instance, they might feel we know too many verses of the Duke's Lady's Lament, which is a very saucy song, as you know, and banned in half the kingdom.
Okay, so she you can tell she wants to hear more, but she kind of like looks at the window and realizes the time and realizes she has to go perform for breakfast.
Right, breakfast.
So she kind of like jumps out of the bed, but of course gets a nice, long kiss touch on the way out of the bed, as she slowly slides into a slip that's just enough to be considered decent.
Oh, it's good.
As she heads down there with,
Frantically undressed.
yes,
In medieval pseudo-France.
yes,
Oh, that's a
good.
lot of ankle.
It's ankle everywhere.
it's like calf is showing.
I mean, she's not even wearing chonies.
But she lives on her tips, okay?
Is that what she lives on, her tips?
Yeah, they're poking through that chemise right
Oh,
now.
yes.
It's good. It's good.
Oh,
So I see it's a brisk
Okay.
morning.
and for the room she's renting, there is a private stairwell outside that you could take if you'd
my
like to leave
goodness.
without
Yeah,
the
no, I
the rest of the tavern knowing what you were doing
Sneak
last
out,
night.
as it were. Yeah, that's good. I will.
What you were doing? Oh.
I mean, they knew something was going on.
Oh
I'm
yes,
sure.
they heard songs all night long.
we were practicing our arpeggios. So, I will sneak out the back.
Okay. Well, you don't like to sneak per se.
I'll leave the back.
Okay.
Cake is gonna wave at
Give
everybody.
the full butthole to the crowd.
You're showing me your boots.
Yes, the good part.
Yeah.
Is there a kitty butt on
There's full Monty kitty butt on the camera.
He's
He's not shy. It's okay.
Yeah, he's a cat.
Yeah.
Oh.
We have a poker chip of discretion. What? Now we did mark this as adult content, so please, not suitable for work or small children, or small man children.
Right. Yes. Hello, Patrick.
Cakey's got back. Dun, 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 dun.
Katie's
So,
also like.
So you were all converging on the castle, pretty much.
Yes.
Have fun storming the castle. Pretty much as the strong woman half orc is passing where the cart is, where your little pseudo camp is. The bar just happens to be at the same point, walking by. As you both sort of see each other coming up at the wagon where all your equipment is. You conveniently notice that where the gnome has been crashing out, the bedroll was never put out, or he got up really early and put the bedroll back like it was the day before.
That doesn't seem.
But he's not puttering around.
No, he's not.
That's not normal.
Oh, no.
Where is it?
So you two are walking up, so you guys by all means can converse.
Yeah. No. Hey. Right.
If the table's not baited with catchers.
Right. So he'll face.
Theoretically.
Or about face and go at.
What's the plan? Come here. So I'm going to do a little inspection of the area
Okay.
and greet my compatriot.
Hello, dear.
Hello.
Have a good night.
No, it was relaxing. Talked some business. Shared some new folk songs.
Wrote some new boat songs.
Natural 20 on the perception.
Oh my God.
Area.
So as you lock eye contact and start your conversation, you immediately have the whole monk moment where you're like seeing the whole scene.
Ooh,
It's like immediately taking the whole scene around the wagon in, and you're realizing your friend the Meister, the troublemaker that he is, never went to bed last night.
Bum,
Dun, dun.
bum, bum.
His bedroll was never set out.
Mm.
It's almost as if he never made it back from
Oh,
the
no.
festivities last night.
Oh no. Oh no.
I didn't think he was going
And
anywhere.
you do pick up that it looks like someone kind of discreetly went through your wagon. Nothing seems to be missing, but you could see things were subtly looked through and then really carefully put back in the position they were in. But because you're just that good and you know how your team packs everything up, because you are the ringmaster.
I am.
You are the ringmaster.
That's true.
You look around and you immediately notice that, you know how the rogue likes to tighten her ropes and put them there. It's just slightly askew. It's been put back right-handed instead of left-handed.
Scrabbleu.
They disturbed the dust.
C'est terrible.
So I'm assuming you let
Man.
the strong woman in on the
Oh yeah,
skinny.
skinny.
Okay, so Evie, she gives you the skinny, so you're up to speed of what you discovered. The gnome wizard never made it to his bed last night.
And
Yes.
someone has rifled through our things.
Carefully.
My
Carefully.
small clothes.
Yes. And we've lost the cat.
Yes, I
He
did.
is loving on my backpack.
Oh, alright.
So are you guys going to head to the others in the castle where you believe they are? Because, of course, you did have a room there. Maybe he crashed in the room.
Yeah, we should go check, but
Yeah,
Sarah-
good check on that either way.
Violet, do you want to, inspect anything around the camp?
Well, I think I'm gonna look it over too, but
I did get a natural 20. That's
Yeah.
pretty good. Solid.
Do you want to actually, look through your wagon?
Yeah!
Okay, so you're going to start looking through the wagon? Okay, so you start actually moving things just to make sure?
I mean, someone's
Okay.
been in our wagon. I'm definitely... I would do that as a modern person.
It's true. Yeah, exactly. You saw someone, one thing is askew, who knows what's going on there.
Do I need
So
to...
no, you rolled a natural 20. You know the roll. You rolled a natural 20.
You
Respect
stole the ball
that shit
again
at the
forever.
table.
Yes!
You actually start looking through the wagon, and then at one of the... Just on the underside of the wagon, where only someone normally that would have been like laying over there would have seen, you feel around, and immediately you feel a small bag of coins. Small
That's
little coin
odd.
purse, about the size, little smaller than a dice bag, with about 8 gold coins and 1 platinum coin. And by the way, platinum, that's big money.
Yeah.
That's good money.
I think we are about to be set up.
I pulled the bag out.
You pull the bag out, and of course, I'm assuming you open it, and that's when you discover it's got a big,
Yeah.
glowy, freshly minted platinum coin and a few gold coins underneath it.
Do I recognize any features of this bag?
You don't. It just looks like generic coin purse with some coins that probably most peasants in your own troop don't see normally.
That seems like it would be more of a fortune than we would have
Yes,
currently.
definitely.
Because I know I have 0.
It would be the kind of fortune you would be coming home with at the end of the season of performing really great.
Okay.
Platinum, yeah.
And warm for the winter with that platinum.
All right.
I'm thinking we're being
Jim, do I need to roll anything?
I know her natural 20 covered it for both you guys.
Right on. I say we take this. This is feeling okay. This is not money that we would normally have. I think this was planted here.
You
I agree.
definitely
I
are
think
getting
we're being
the
framed.
you get the implication of that. The rogue is in bed dreaming that you're being framed.
I believe that we should take this to the steward immediately with our concern that someone may have misplaced this fortune is clearly not ours.
Okay,
I agree.
so you two are going to go straight to the castle. Make sure you go discreetly to the steward.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so you see the steward. He's sitting there drinking his
Yeah.
heavily spiked breakfast tea to help loosen up his joints.
Ah, the shit ball.
As you see his like creaky arthritic hand holding his staff of authority, as he is holding his glass to warm his hands in this cold morning. He smiles as soon as the two of you walk in. You guys know this guy likes you guys.
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
We will definitely not guillotine
wants
him.
everything to be right. He wants everyone to be happy.
There's the occasional nobles you must keep alive.
Well, he's not really a noble. He's more of a,
A working person.
a peasant who's risen to the occasion.
Mm-hmm. He is
He's
rewarded
sort
by.
of- He's not one of the high classes.
He
He's
pulled
a steward.
himself up by his
He-
bootstraps.
I hope not, because that is like, the full context of
Yeah,
that. is
okay.
not-
That's another episode.
But he did climb from the race.
Mm-hmm. God bless you.
Come here, silly thing.
God bless you.
Sometime.
Thank you.
Look, Blake is really startled by whatever
Yes,
is
he's
happening.
I'm sorry I've
for you.
offended your person.
Yeah, you.
He's
Oh,
like, no, what is this horrible
He rolled.
noise?
He did not roll higher than his armor class. Kitty armor class is like 17.
right.
So you guys go immediately to him. He smiles when he sees the two of you. I mean, and then he gestures for you to come over and offers you some of his flask if you need it for your breakfast drink.
I'm going to endeavor with a 11 to be very kind and persuasive.
Okay. So you're the two of you are approaching him.
Right.
Yeah, let her do it because I only rolled a 5, so we're good.
Good.
So you're
Right.
kind of interrupting and loud. Okay.
Yeah, we were just making our way back, and we discovered that someone had misplaced this small fortune that they dropped. They dropped a bag on his desk. This fortune, and I know that quantity of funds, someone is going to be
Very put out.
very concerned. Really
Yes, it's-
looking for it.
He kind of fudges through there to make sure about how many coins are in there. And where did you say you found this?
We did. We found it on the travails back here to the castle from the town.
And he pulls out a little tiny notebook and you see like on the side of the wall sharpens his pencil because that's what one does with the old days with the stone walls.
Yeah.
And was there anyone around walking about when you discovered this fortune?
We didn't see anyone. We just found it, and we knew that it's such a great fortune that we had to bring it here to you so that you could, track down the rightful
proper owner, yes.
possessor.
And he kind of writes down his little mini ledger. You see he takes little cliff notes, and he immediately puts his little notepad away, and immediately takes both of you by the hand and kisses your hands and thank you for your honesty. You don't know, I mean, you do know. I mean, from the people around here, we're all truly honest, but it's not often that I get the warmth in my heart rewarding me of the greatness of humanity.
Aww.
That everyone, well, humanity is a horrible word in this world because it's not just humans.
From people.
In the great generosity and proper goodness
Of people.
of people and
Yes.
proper beings.
Right, no,
Of sentient beings.
we would not wish to do anything that would leave anyone, in a precarious situation or to harm any, long-time wonderful inhabitants of this fair village that we've considered our home away from home.
Well, thank you, and I will keep this safe. And he, of course, doubles it over, tucks it into his little belt, as one does. And I will keep note of it and see if someone will truly come forward and say that they lost this.
Surely.
This is
Right.
some poor farmer's life savings.
Right, I mean, that's a lot of lucre, that is.
Yes, it is.
So come eat breakfast. Your friend, he's over there having his breakfast already.
That's a grand plan, thank you, your honourableness, sir.
and he just
Feel him
and he gestures over to the table. So you guys there. So I'm assuming our rogue is a late waker.
Yes, but
This chocolate is
yes, but I start to rise.
Okay. So how are you making your way in the morning?
Silently and alertly.
Stealing some food as you walk through the kitchen.
and with a great deal of grace.
Panache.
He's like, are you making me perform on camera?
Yes,
Silent.
yes I am. Yes I
With
am.
cat-like treads.
There we go.
Oh, my cat has the heaviest footfalls. She's definitely a dog.
My cat has really heavy footfalls at about 4 a.m. when he's
Oh, yeah.
Walking on me.
Yeah. Freya's
Oh,
just
my
every
cat too.
footfall has twice the weight of her body.
So you guys basically are. Did you hear her?
No.
What'd you say?
4 a.m. He's not a cat. He's an elephant in stilettos.
Ah, that explains it. Yes. Yes,
So,
he is.
so you guys are basically all given room to sit together as a group while you're having your breakfast. There's
That's
of course
good.
some, eggs cooked and things like that.
Sausage. There's always sausage.
Oh, sausage, eggs,
Are there
bread.
other people around?
Oh, basically the kitchen staff and most of the other staff are coming by and grabbing food on the run.
Right.
But you guys have like the side prep table to yourselves,
We're moving up in the world. We get our own table in the kitchen.
You're actually getting first day bread instead of, third day bread.
With butter.
Oh, with butter. Oh, goodness. Better with butter.
So,
All the time.
there's this moment where you're all sitting down enjoying the first bite of breakfast, as all of a sudden you notice someone's missing at the table.
The
Your
gnome.
short companion who's usually underfoot.
Did he get stuck in the elephant's?
A different one than this one who's helping me roll my dice.
Obviously we need to ask.
Obviously, the cat on the table is not an illusion, but it's the mouser in the kitchen.
Right, the mouse and named Cake.
You just licked my M&Ms.
That sounds like something a cook would do.
They were dusty.
Asking
Yeah.
my companions if our illusionist is sleeping in the room.
No, he was not there.
He wasn't at the cart either. In fact, he was never at the cart.
Something is amiss.
Did you see
Not
him?
normal behavior for him.
I did not. I was preying on it.
He's always checking his stuff.
Right, he's very, particular about things. So, right,
Let's go make sure Kate is on the laptop.
right.
Hi, Cake.
We need to inspect further.
Right,
The
no,
secret-
we did a bit of an inspection and, none of you went down to the cart last night and reorganised or went through the pack. I bet you did that. I bet you were sleep praying and went down
Sleep.
and reorganised the cart.
If it happened by my hand, it was the will of the gods.
Right, so apparently the guards visited our cart last night, just as a FYI.
Something does not
I'm
seem
wondering
right
if we
with
need
this.
to have our cleric look over our cart and check with the cart to make sure no spell was placed upon it.
Right, especially
That's
since
a good idea.
gods apparently visited our cart last
Make sure
night.
they're gods that we can hang with.
Right, we should do that.
It all depends on how well they tip.
Oh,
If the master makes money somehow.
my pious cheeks are blushing. Which cheeks?
Oh my gosh!
Ah!
Oh my
You're a
gosh!
half-orc, how can they tell?
It's a darker shade of green, man.
What shade of color are you as a half-orc?
Mildly green, yeah.
Okay.
I just
Is that envy or is it lust?
Ooh.
Or is it ill?
So you're gonna go check the cart?
Yes.
We should. You should take a buddy with you.
No one should travel alone, is what she's trying to say.
Well, I've got terrible gas, so they'll leave me alone. You won't have any trouble.
Let's see,
smelling me around.
I have a 0 in investigation. Who has the best investigation?
I.
Probably the gnome.
I.
It doesn't help.
I don't see it on my thing.
It'll be
In your
this.
skills?
It's this
Acrobatics.
It's your intel.
It's
What?
intel based. You're not really good. That's not really your shtick.
It's
No.
not my thing.
That's your dump stat.
Wisdom is mine. Okay, I have a straight roll on it, so I'll do.
So you're gonna go with the cleric?
I will go investigate.
Okay, so the two of you are gonna go check out the cart real quick while the other two who've already seen the cart are enjoying the rest of the breakfast.
Right, and also listening to any gossip in the kitchen.
Oh,
Absolutely.
both of you give me a perception roll as you're listening on the kitchen staff.
All
'Cause
right.
That's a good thing. And you have advantage, both of you, because of course the staff is like chill and likes you, and they're making sure to come around and make sure you're fully stocked with food and goodness. And you have advantage. So
Oh, I
you
have
roll twice. You can roll twice.
Yes, yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Sweet baby Tesla. That's much better. Is it perception?
Perception.
16.
Okay.
I had 16. I have got a +2 on my perception list.
So that makes it 18.
Woohoo!
Right on.
Okay. So both of you are sitting there. You're trying to have that conversation with each other while not trying to keep it like private or anything like that. And the staff keep coming by and saying hi and filling your food up and offering you way more food than they should, you will ever eat.
Yeah.
And so you politely, I'm assuming, tell them no, that's plenty. I don't need a cup of butter to go with all of my food.
I mean, or do I?
I mean,
It is fresh cream
lubrication.
butter.
I don't need that.
You never know when you might need to cape it and rosin a bow.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
And you're hearing them basically going over talking about how they talk about how the rude sheriff's deputies were all through the kitchen at all hours of the night trying to get food because they were apparently out doing some special patrols and
Special patrols, huh?
they've been talking about some new tax on the highway and just that
New highway tax.
ever since the sheriff brought these 9 deputies to town, that's like more men-at-arms than we've ever had at this
Or
town.
ever had need for.
I mean, for dozens of generations, it's basically been a militia that protects the hamlet, not these deputies that now eat for free and take what they want. And
do they even really do they do anything valuable or just use up the funds? These deputies sounds terrible.
Do you actually say that in passing?
I mean, I might say something like, something cheeky about, I know what I'll do.
Oh.
I'm going to sing a breakfast ditty about the farmer who brought home 8 prize cocks and no hens.
Oh.
And that's a 20, a natural 20.
So you're doing this amazing performance.
Right.
And literally,
with wooden spoon.
everyone in the kitchen is singing, their heads bobbing to the tune. You hear people mumbling along off key. It's killing you that they're off key, but they're at least enjoying it and part of it.
Yeah. And this is an allegory.
You're getting the idea that the story, the heart and soul behind the song is getting through as well as the ditty tune.
Good.
That the,
You know what they do with Extrolucius, right? The stew pot.
I mean, that's my plan. That's definitely my plan.
You're getting a lot of from the kitchen. All of a sudden, the kitchen boy comes in with more firewood, and he's like, he's getting into it. You can see him trying to drum some sticks, but he really can't hold a tune for his life. But then again, he's young and he's enthusiastic at least.
That's good.
And
I'm helping move the large pots of porridge and stuff.
Aww. So you immediately kind of do this whole get up and see them getting ready to strain. 2 gals trying to carry it, and you just
with one
pick
hand.
it up.
I feel like when the Muppets take over the medieval kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah. You're making the food.
It's
Also-
time to start the kitchen. It's
Also-
time to start.
Lisa Marie says that you are green with lust.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
That kind of cleric.
Yeah.
I'm a pious man.
Not all traditions believe in that.
I
Ask
like
the
my
clerics of
pie.
Isis.
I'm pious. I like my pie.
He's full of pie.
So as you guys you're having this whole bonding moment with the kitchen staff, they love you guys. I mean, you
love
even
them.
get some of the older kitchen staff joke about. They remember when you were little children coming, and you would sit on their knee, and they taught you how to do things, but cooking was never really your thing.
Nope. But I'm good drumming and doing percussion with wooden spoons.
Yeah.
And
Do
that
a
was
mean
Beavis
wooden
and-
spoon thing, and
Even
And
brings
that was
back
Hand
this little
Beavis and
flashback
Knives.
of you sitting there as like a 4-year-old banging on a pot with a spoon, keeping a tune, believe it or not.
it's magic.
So
Chopping board on the
all
wall.
of a sudden the camera pans to outside as the rogue and the cleric are giving him the cart that once over. Of course, I'm assuming the rogue is all super suspicious of the cart now.
Of course I am.
So what are you
So
doing?
I've been warned. Does that
You've
mean it
been warned.
actually gives me advantage?
Well, it depends. What are you rolling a dice for?
Investigation to see where if the gnome had been,
Oh, okay. Well, you're fact checking.
I'm checking. Well, I want to see if there might be signs that he may have been taken somewhere.
Okay. That was.
And Cake is
I got
practicing
a
some
12. I don't
acrobatics.
see much.
You basically.
Should I roll for Cody?
We can enroll him in his back. Yes, because I picked the exact moment he got up to spotlight for him. It's okay. These things happen. Kids and animals.
Yes.
Kids and animals.
Right, Kate?
And we go both.
Oh my gosh. Apparently, Cake is stalking Cody.
Apparently.
Hold it. Did we get a butt wiggle?
We did. We got a butt wiggle.
That's a good place to wrap it up there.
Woo! Good night.
On the battlefield, I'm a warrior, ready to kill or be killed. I've defeated orcs from the north, sent Kandorian demon spawns back to the depths, and drank with Cimmerian heroes. But when I get back from a hard day of disemboweling my enemies, I enjoy nothing more than to open my castle doors and find a dungeon crate as my reward for blood well spilled. Designed for role players and tabletop gamers, Dungeon Crate is a monthly subscription box service with a treasure hoard of loot you can use on or off the battlefield. Miniatures, dice, tokens, coins, maps, modules, terrain pieces, handcrafted items, RPG jewelry, and more are yours for only a few gold per month. You even get a digital crate along with a physical one as an added bonus. So what say you? Are you ready for postal glory? Oh boy. DungeonCrate.com. Let the adventure begin.
Thank you for listening to D&D Journey of the 5th Edition, a member of the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And remember, be careful out there. There be dragons about.